All right, folks, good morning. It's Saturday, it's 10:30, it's June 5th. Getting ready for a baling day. Not a big one, but hey, every little bit counts. I actually don't even know why I'm making this video and possibly a whole pile more of them to come. Unless I can get something figured out, I am not allowed to upload any videos. And everything's all hunky-dory. Apparently I've got a little security breach. Makes me feel kind of good, actually. I know where it comes from too. Basically there's a device that's open on my channel right now, a device that I don't own. I know where it comes from. I made the phone call. Regrettably, I made the phone call, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Okay, got an early start here this morning. Of course, transferred the cows to a new paddock, silage to the heifer lot, and the steers that are in there. And this morning was all about getting the round baler in order. Get the cobwebs out of it, do a little cleaning, complete and full grease job, maintenance, check the big gearbox in the front, net wrap, just make sure everything's turning. Yeah, and of course all of that has been done. I have not used twine yet, and I don't intend to unless I have a problem. Of course, this guard gets taken off to a couple of grease certs down there, and of course I use chain and sprocket lube spray for all the chains. For all you guys that run anything other than green balers, I know that you just love this black roll that John Deere has. We're gonna call it a small price to pay. That's baby powder. That has to be done. I have failed to put it on before, and I paid the price. Yeah, it gets sticky. I don't know how else to put it. That's the one and only real flaw that I can ever say about this baler. Big hairy deal for me anyway, as a John Deere guy. You know, we all got our likes. A little bit of baby powder while you do a maintenance before baling. That's what it takes. Let's talk about my net wrap. Let's go back to my words of back to basics. Last year I went through 4 or 5 rolls of that 13,200 John Deere wrap, which is actually made by Tama. This, and I'll only assume, and this is an assumption, that there's a different spec or two that John Deere might require Tama to abide by for John Deere to put their name on it. Beautiful net wrap, great job, no complaints at all, and no complaints out of this net wrap, which I've been using for years and years. Feed mill carries this stuff. These rolls here are 12,500 feet, and it does a real good job. And when you do the vice versas, as far as the cost, there's no difference. So not knocking John Deere, I think I've proved that they're good in my book, but they kind of got enough of my money, and I really enjoy getting anything and everything from the feed mill or locally that I can. So I'm going with the good old-fashioned white and blue Tama net. That's my simple science. Yeah, for anybody out there that doesn't know, and it's okay that you don't, this is not dirty. In fact, this is clean as a whistle. I might be a little guilty of using a little bit too much chain and sprocket oil spray though. I think that that's a good problem. This, of course, was blown out, cleaned out solely by air and only air in the late fall before I stowed it away. But she's ready for the big dance. I had her running. In fact, I even lifted up the back here, and there were some rollers that had quite a bit of buildup. And in fact, I even found one corner that had a lot of buildup of net wrap, which is a big no-no. So my big behind ended up crawling up in there with a knife and a screwdriver and cleaned it out prolifically. So she's ready. So what happens from here? Well, we got a hot, from what I'm seeing, and everybody's talking about, one hell of a hot, disgusting day. Humidity can be a big factor in quality haymaking, or dry haymaking, I should say. We'll see what happens. Right now, it's not too bad. It's beautiful. There's a beautiful breeze. The sun's been out now for only about the last hour. Otherwise, it was all cloud cover this morning. In fact, it felt fantastic. But things keep going the way they are. In the next hour and a half, let's just say by noon, I will be raking the field. I'm going to start off with the double windrow rake, and then I'm going to have to go back out there with the rotary and split up some of those doubles that I had to make last night. Split those up, turn those over, and I think we'll be in business. Hell of a lot of movements for maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes worth of haymaking, but hey, it all matters, you know. If I'm lucky enough to shoot out 20 bales, number one, it's a good start of the year. Everything's getting all the cobwebs worked out of it. That's a big, huge plus in my book before a huge day. And yeah, just imagine putting a price tag behind 20 bales of hay when you're in need and supply and demand is there. So anyway, yeah, things are good. Things are looking real good. All right, folks, that's about it. I do have to put the monitor on yet, and that's it. Turn it on and make sure everything is kosher. I, like probably about almost everybody else, I can only hope and assume, any kind of electronics that are detachable monitors get stowed either in the office in the house or down in the basement, where it's always a fair temperature. So yeah, this guy needs to be hooked up, and away we go. I'm gonna go take the next 20 to 25 minutes and go search for my favorite pocket knife that I lost this morning, which is a lost cause because it's out in the paddock somewhere, but I remember where I stopped, and we'll see what happens. We'll talk to you sooner than later.